everyone and welcome home to another video. So the new story now is that I'm moving again. So since I'm packing up all my stuff, I realized that there's a lot of stuff I brought to haul that I didn't actually touch. And now they're taking up precious, valuable luggage space. But at the same time, there are a lot of things that I bought during haul that I thought, oh okay, this is just to make my haul life better. But then now it's essential to me. I'm a cripple without it. I cannot do without it. So yeah. So in this video, I'll be talking about 5 things that I think everyone should bring to haul, followed by 5 things that you should not bring to haul. Then I'll move on to 5 things that brought me joy. It sparked joy for me personally. I don't think everyone needs to have it. It's just very useful for me. And then as a bonus, 5 instant foods that I recommend, because sometimes you're too broke for Grab, and honestly if you have your own instant cooker, life is a whiz, life is a breeze. Every flavor of instant noodle you can get, I've probably tried it. Okay, not actually, I'm quite picky, but I have tried a lot. So yeah, I'll just recommend 5 instant noodles that I enjoy. So now on to the video. So the first item, as you have probably guessed, is an instant cooker. I like it because it's easy to wash, it doesn't stain very much. It's quite easy to clean basically, especially when you have just eaten, you're about to enter a food coma, and you know, I can still tell myself it only takes 2 minutes to walk to the pantry and wash this and come back, so it doesn't end up just festering in my room. Yeah. So the next product is this seat cushion. Okay, you don't have to exactly get Cinnamoroll, alright? Like, I love Cinnamoroll, that's on me. If you want to get a normal person one that's just a plain color, good for you. That's actually what I got first before I realized that Cinnamoroll pillows existed. So then I got this one. Oh, I found one on Taobao recently that was bread. It's so cute. But then the thing is, I'm looking for one that's more foam now, so I can't get the bread one. But it's really cute. Okay, I'll put a photo here. So this next item is, I don't know what to call it, some kind of metal clothes rack thing that you can hang on top of your closet. But yeah, I like to hang what I'm going to wear the next day on it, so that I don't have to open my closet when I wake up in the morning. And on top of that, there's also this clothing organizer that I mentioned in my previous video. It's wonderful. I think you should give it a go if you need extra space. But of course, if you're the kind of person that only has 5 shirts and 3 pairs of shorts in their wardrobe, then you probably don't need it because you don't have that many things to put in your closet. So the next item are laundry bags. Okay, so here's the deal, right? Some of my clothes cannot be put in the dryer. I learned this the hard way because when it came out of the dryer, their elastics were stretched or something like that. Anyways, they just did not enjoy the dryer experience. Not that I would have even if I were clothes, because the dryer sucks and everything always comes out damp, but you know, they just didn't mesh well with the dryer, even though I'm pretty sure the dryer doesn't work. Anyway, so this is where laundry bags come in handy, because then I just put all the ones that I don't want to put in the dryer in here, so that when I'm transferring my laundry out, I can just take out the entire bag and then go dry that myself. I don't have to like sift through my laundry to find, oh wait, did I take out all the 5 pieces that I need or something, you know, like just take the whole bag and go. It's fast. But yeah, according to my parents, the ones with smaller holes are better, so you should probably get those. Yeah, the holes on this one are like, I mean, you can just kind of tell, right, it's like relatively larger. So yeah, try to get ones with smaller holes. And of course, I also like using giant laundry bags in general, because after I realized this trick, I was too lazy to transfer my laundry pieces individually. So now I just put everything inside one giant bag and then transfer that. And then the last item would be this super long charging cable. Okay, this cable is 2 meters long, and the one that came along with the phone was, I think, 1.2 meters long. Okay, so what used to happen is that the room only has one power socket area. There's only one. So if I want to use my phone, I have to be within that kind of radius. But the problem is that my table is here, right? So if I want to use my phone, I kind of have to like shift all the way to one end of the table and then like do this. I mean, then you don't have to be near the power socket anymore. You can be anywhere. I mean, you probably can't be on your bed. Wait, let me check. Okay, yeah, it's too short to go all the way to the bed. So if you want to do that, you may want to get like a 3-meter cable or something maybe. But yeah, it's long enough that I can use both my laptop and my phone at the same time. Okay, so the first thing is, don't bring books that you probably won't read. Of course, if you end up reading said books, then you should definitely bring them. It's just that personally, since I'm a literature student, I have to read all these for class. So during my downtime, I like to do things that aren't reading because I'm literally studying by reading all the time. So yeah, like I'll watch YouTube or something, you know. So now I'm telling myself not to bring books that I go like, oh, they've been sitting around in my home for 5 years, maybe now I'll finally get to read them. No, I won't, because I'm a student and I have no time. So yeah, don't bring books that you aren't planning to read, because I mean, one of them may be pretty light, but if you have a bunch of them, it adds up. The next thing that I'm going to suggest is not to bring any what I call time-consuming hobbies. So for example, I brought this giant paint by numbers of Starry Starry Night, which I have yet to complete for the obvious reason that I was busy. So yeah, what I mean to say is, okay, if you know like your hobby is like crochet, maybe like tiny keychains or something, and you do it even when you're studying, like you have a trend of you usually do that, then obviously you should go ahead. But for this, to me, this was like my trying something new. So I ended up not really touching it during the semester because I was busy, and when I did have free time, I would default to my older hobbies like watching YouTube and sleeping. So yeah, don't bring giant bulky things. That's basically the entire moral of the story. So the next item is, don't bring shoes that you're not going to wear, for the obvious reason of bulky. That's it. Like, I mean, honestly, it's kind of like how I go, okay, well, if you want to bring like 5 keychains that you don't end up attaching to your bag or whatever, okay, it doesn't take a lot of space. Shoes, on the other hand, you have to put them in shoe boxes so they don't get damaged, and that just takes up so much space. So yeah, don't bring shoes that you're not going to wear. I cannot say this because I have maybe like more than 5 pairs of shoes with me right now, but in my defense, I wear them. So honestly, the average person probably only needs like 3 pairs of shoes, including slippers. Like, so slippers, sport shoe, track shoe, covered shoe in general, and then sandal. I mean, I assume this is what people normally need. So yeah, don't bring too many pairs of shoes. And in the same vein, which is the 4th item, don't bring too many bags that you're not going to use. If you are a function over form kind of person, like you don't really care what kind of bag it is as long as it's a bag, then let me tell you this, when you're a freshie, you're going to get so many tote bags that have like your faculty or whatever emblazoned across it. So if you don't mind using those, and I mean they are okay size for you, like the tote bags are like the standard, you know, then yeah, just go ahead and use those. You don't have to bring your own, just use those. But yeah, so if you like bags, what I would recommend is you just tell yourself like, okay, school bag, medium sized bag, small bag, and then you just have one for each category or something like that. Or if you want multiple for each category, go ahead. Who am I to stop you? I literally don't follow my own advice. But yeah, just try to make sure that they're like a different color. If you have 2 white bags that roughly hold the same amount of things, you probably end up picking between the 2. So instead you should have like a black bag that's medium size and then a white bag that's also a medium size, so that you have more outfit options as compared to having same size, same color. You should at least make sure one of the variables is different, you know, like different size, same color. Yeah. So the last thing that I would say you shouldn't bring is a giant luggage, which, I mean, is subjective to the situation, because it's not like I can choose what kind of luggage my parents buy for me either. But in my case, the luggage that they decided to lend to me when I was moving to hall is this this. Okay, I mean, like, I hope it looks small on screen because it is small in real life. Yeah, so what happens is that when you have a luggage and moving into a hall, two things are gonna happen. I mean, one of two things will happen. One is the luggage comes in, you keep it somewhere in your room. Two is the luggage comes in and then after you unpack, you bring the luggage back home. Normally what I assume is that everyone does option 2, but then here's the thing, when you want to move out, you have to go back home and get your luggage and then bring it here again. So since I didn't want to do that, I mean, I could, but I think as you can tell by now, I'm kind of a lazy person. So yeah, what I did was I just picked like a smaller luggage so that it wouldn't need to occupy so much space in my already tiny room. Also, another thing to consider is whether your hall has lifts in it. Apparently, some of the older halls may not have lifts that go to every floor. So if you have a larger luggage, then it may be more of a hassle to carry upstairs. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the section which is 5 things that spark joy for me. So these things are not very essential to what I think a room needs, but personally I enjoyed it. So these are some things that brought me comfort when I was staying in hall. If you're looking to make your hall more personal or like more homely, then you may want to consider these things as well. Okay, so the first thing is my giant mug. This mug is huge. It can store 750 milliliters of water. It's pretty much the size of my face. As you can see, it's huge. I'm trying to motivate myself to drink more water. I usually do not drink a lot of water. So what happens is I just fill the entire cup and then I tell myself today you have to finish the whole thing. It's working. I mean, I almost finished it and the day is not even over yet. Wow. So yeah, the accompaniment to this would be this coaster that I got from Daiso. It's made of this special material. What happens is that usually when you get water from the water cooler, it's really cold, so a lot of condensation will form on the glass. So then when it starts dripping down onto your table, this thing will absorb the water so that it doesn't drip everywhere on my table, which is fantastic. Yeah. But because I am not simply satisfied with function, I also have this Starbucks drink coaster. It's like Sakura, though, isn't it cool? Anyways, its entire function is just to be pretty. It does absolutely nothing. It doesn't absorb water. In fact, when I used this without this, the water pooled on top of it and it was honestly kind of yikes. But yeah, so now I have both. I just kind of stack them on top of each other. I mean, yeah, now you can't really see the flowing thing, but when the water warms up to room temperature, I can always just remove this so that I can just admire it. The second thing that brought me joy is my reading lamp. So I know that the NTU table has their own lamp attached under it, as I mentioned in my earlier video, but honestly it's a bit dim for me, so I brought my own. And it's bright, as you can see. So the third thing that sparked joy for me would be this reed diffuser. I got it off Shopee and the scent that I chose was Fluffy Blankets. I know, like, everyone was like, oh, but would it make you fall asleep? No, it just made my entire room smell like a freshly laundered hotel pillow, which is exactly what I wanted. So yeah, I really recommend this because what happens is that when you come into your room, before your nose starts to get customized to the scent, you get this giant whiff of whatever it is that you just scented your room with. And for me, it was hotel pillow smell. So I was like, cannot tell you, it's just very it makes coming back to your room a very pleasant experience. So the next thing that I would say sparked joy for me is all these little containers. I have 2 of them. This one's a rubber duck. Oh, I taped it shut because here's the thing, I use these containers to store my $1 coins for the laundry and dryer because I feel like I would forget and accidentally spend the $1 coins. So whenever I get $1 coin, I put it in here so that I never run out of coins for the laundry machine. Because my hall doesn't have the kind of machine that can help you change notes to coins, so I just have to hoard them myself. Yeah, so this is a rubber duck that I got from Typo. I think it was like $3 or $5 because it was on sale. And this is something that I got when I went to Japan. It's from the Pom Pom Purin Cafe. You're supposed to put, I think, maple syrup or sauce in it so that you can drizzle it over your desserts. But yeah, I just use it to store my $1 coins. So the last thing that I would say sparked joy for me, okay, this isn't really sparking joy, it's more of like practical reasons, but Ziploc bags and food resealing sticks, okay, because ants. I don't think I have to explain why this is important to me. Like, I mean, I think just saying the word ants can already tell you a whole story. Right, so here's my bonus segment on what instant foods I personally recommend. I don't really have a lot of them with me because I ate them, so I can't really show them to you in person. So I'll just have images here as we go along. Right, so in no particular order, one of the ones that obviously slap is Indomie. However, personally I prefer the spicy version. I know that people... Okay, when I was buying it on Shopee, I saw the comment section, people were like, oh, okay, it's like, okay, it's fine. But like, I think it slaps harder than the original. Also, the spicy part is... it's like individually packed away from the other seasonings. So if you don't want it to be spicy, you can just not add it. So to me, it's kind of like a bonus thing. Like today, if I feel like having it spicy, I can add it in. If I don't, then I just don't have to add it in. So you know, the option of choice is pretty sweet. Right, so the second one would be Shin Ramen. Personally, I think it's my favorite Korean ramen. Personally, I like the mushroom one, but from what I understand, there's also a seafood one, so I'll probably have to try that out. The third one is this Maggi 5-minute pasta mushroom cream fettuccine. Right, so let me tell you this, alright? I've been on a mission to find the best instant mac and cheese. I could not find one, but this, in my opinion, is pretty good. Even though it's not mac and cheese, but like, somehow I think I like it more than actual mac and cheese. Although the Maggi mac and cheese is also not bad, but don't try the other brands. I tried them and I did not like them. I mean, you might like them, I guess, but in my opinion, they were pretty bad. Like, I couldn't finish eating it, so if it looks like this, it's generally pretty safe. I haven't really tried the mashed potatoes, but I've heard that they are also not bad. But everyone that I asked seems to agree that this is the best product out of the entire series. My friend told me that her friend had a roommate who basically just survived off these. Like, 2 of these would constitute as 1 meal for her. So I guess that's the kind of portion size that you can imagine if you want to try them. But yeah, I think personally if it's just like supper, like if you've already eaten an actual meal, then 1 is good enough. The 4th item is this instant noodle. Like, I don't know how to explain to you, but this instant noodle is the best thing that has ever happened to the earth since sliced bread. It's the best instant noodle out there on the market, I can guarantee it. Like, I'm willing to... Okay, like one time I literally wanted my friend to try it so bad, I bought it for her. Like, I bought her the whole pack and then I gave it to her. And then she finished it. And then when I asked her how it was, she sent me Shokugeki no Shoma food reactions. So I think that kind of tells you that it pretty much blew her mind away. The secret... Okay, it's not like a secret. The main thing that really makes this noodle pop extra hard is that it comes with this little packet of onion oil seasoning, which makes it smell heavenly. It's wonderful. Like, seriously, like we see this in the market. Actually, I think it's pretty rare. Like, I can't find it in all supermarkets. I think only certain FairPrice Finest have it. But yeah, if you see it, please try it. I'm not even getting paid to advertise it, but it's just that good. And also, as a little side note, if you crack an egg in it, like the kind where you crack an egg and then you like beat it so that the yolk is inside the soup, it totally changes the game. Like, I know I seem really excited about it, but it's because I am. It's just so good. Like, please try it with the egg, please. It's just so good. And then the problem is that it's not like a well-known brand like Nissin, so I don't really have a lot of people to share this joy with. So if you tried it and you like it, please let me know so that I can also scream about it with you. Yeah. The last one would be this rice noodle. It actually tastes good. Like, this sounds kind of mean, but usually when I try instant food, I expect it to taste awful. I don't know why. Like I think it's from all the failures of instant mac and cheese that I've had. But nowadays I'm just like, it's okay if it doesn't taste like the real thing as long as it tastes good. But this one actually tastes like the real thing and it tastes good, so that's nice. Hi, I went out to buy dinner and then I realized I forgot to mention, but you should try Nyoguri udon. Like, it's kind of similar to Shin Ramen except it's now a udon variant, and it's so interesting. Like, it's kind of chewy and also not as thin as regular instant noodle, so you should give it a go. It's not like a top 5, but it is interesting. It's like a rising star award, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm editing right now and I just wanted to add that by popular suggestion, by popular I mean 2 of my friends absolutely love this one instant ramen. But yeah, I think you can go and try it out. I hope you have a great time in hall. If you are watching this, you can ask me if you need anything, especially if I don't respond in the comment section. Just DM me on Instagram, I will definitely respond then. So yeah, have fun in hall.